my beautiful collective. I'm floating over here like Dawson, so just give me a minute so I can land back down on the carpets. Testing my new abilities out. I almost hit the ceiling fan a few times. I almost cut off my own fro. If you know, you know. The healing frequencies, right? Want to have the healing frequencies. Okay, and so once we go on right now. How's everybody feeling out there on this beautiful, beautiful? Yeah, got my good old, Nature's Candy. Sponsored by Sony PlayStation 5. How is fruit and Sony go together? And, sometimes there's some unique combinations that'll surprise you. Oh, I made a mistake last time for one of my sponsors. I didn't mean to say Midnight Summer. It's Midsummer's Night for the candles. Actually, I'm going to burn that joint right now. That joint smells lovely. So what I'm burning right now is this joint. Phew. I just grabbed it. It's white pumpkin. Oh, baby J's. I'm telling you, man. Pick that up, man. If you know, you know. Good old ancestors be dancing in the flames. Looking like Fantasia's Walt Disney flames just be dancing with the violins. I'm like, okay, all right, ancestors, get busy, get busy, get busy. I'm working on hesitation. I was doing it again over there. Like, they don't. I'm like, all right, get up, so come on, man. I like the framework on that. With these 3 planetary alignments happening, like I believe there's one happening on, I think it's like tomorrow, July 3rd, then July 10th, and then July 12th, I believe. Or if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. It's July 10th, then July 12th, and then July 25th or something like that. But there's 3 planetary alignments happening all within this month. And that makes so much sense with all my sensitive feelings and just hyperactive. Like my senses are just hyperactive. I'll just say that. Intuition-wise. I literally feel like Charles Xavier feeling everything. It's awesome, but at the same time it can be obese. It can be overbearing, but I tell myself it ain't overbearing. This is what I prayed for. This is awesome. You know what I mean? This is dope. It's great to be alive. I'll tell you that. These times we're living in on my baby J's. But first and foremost, if you're new to the show, my name is Zodog, or Alonzo. And I'm asking the spirit team, what should this episode be called? I do a few different episodes, so just look me up on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and Facebook. You'll get a good gist of what I do. To break it down, I'm a life coach. I like being transparent. I've been through a lot of ups and downs. I'm still going through a life journey, a self-development journey, becoming a better person than I was the previous day. And God wants me to display my life story to the world, which is you. To individuals that may feel like you don't have a voice at times, may have been striving for your dreams for a long time, then certain obstacles may arrive on your path and in your life that may discourage you, like it discourages us. Slow down. That can discourage you, like it has discouraged us all before. Let me turn that off. That's kind of a little troublish. And we've had our bumps and obstacles, and it's knocked us down plenty of times. But if you have that Muhammad Ali, Rocky Balboa boxer fighter spirit in you, that Joe Pesci Napoleon spirit in you, Harriet Tubman spirit in you, whoever. And that Blueberry was kind of a little on his last days. Well, whatever spirit that you equate to that may be a role model or someone you inspire to be like. This is a perfect platform for you all to feel comfortable within. If you're unique, you're strange. If you're unique or strange, forgive me. At times I speak fast. I'm equating my download speed with my mouth and how I communicate and translate my messages. It happens at times. I'm working on slowing down. Just one of my concerns when I slow down, I feel like I lose the download, and then I go to space mode and space cadet, and then I think about something else. But uniquely, if that ever happens, my spirit team and ancestors are they're just awesome. They're so uniquely designed. They're so uniquely designed. They have me drift off on purpose. Confirmation, bitches. And if you ever hear a notification in the background, that's what we call our confirmation from the heavens, the divine way of their communication through electronic devices, through neighbors, through commercials, TVs, through flames. I mean, if you know, you know. They have their unique way of communicating and letting me know that every time I drift off, it's on purpose for me to be more well-rounded with with you all and myself, because I'm learning how to be more expressive daily as well, versus keeping all these thoughts in my head. The more expressive I am with you, and at times I talk with my mouth open so I won't forget to download. It's not to be rude. So the show is No Filter, with daily motivation and think differently. These last few days I've been having hybrid episodes, which was strange at first, but with the 3 planets that are aligning in July within 1 month, it makes sense now how I've been making 3 episodes blend into one as a hybrid, like some doctor, like a Frankenstein type of invention, creation. That's the word I was looking for. Like a Frankenstein creation. I just put these 3 episodes together because the messages I'm getting makes you think differently, gives you different perspective. It also gives you daily motivation to let you know that, hey, there are different ways of getting out of your situation versus the way that the world tells you and the way that your own brain tells you based off of your past experiences, right? And it also gives the No Filter energy to let you know we don't bite our tongues for nobody, because us as gods or us as individuals and having a human experience, we operate off the honesty frequency. We're transparent. We like communicating very simplistic so you understand what I mean. Because a lot of us these days, I love Spirit Team, so awesome. It makes sense now why I'm doing the download. A lot of us nowadays has lost the art of communication because everything's so simplified nowadays. Everything's just so easy, convenient. Ever since COVID happened, the creation of DoorDash, Uber Eats, and so forth has conditioned us, or a lot of us, not me. Well, no, definitely me at times. I have to fight myself to make make food in the kitchen instead of ordering something, right? Yeah, I do that at times too. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm still working on that, right? It has conditioned society to be confirmation bitches, lazy, wanting something immediate, right? Where was I getting at with this? Come on, baby case, don't lose it. So during COVID, a lot of these companies has taken advantage of us as a society to not do things the natural way, take shortcuts, right? Convenience. And man, baby J's, help me out, Spirit Team. Where were we going at with this? Communication. That's right. Thank you. So awesome. We've been so conditioned to be taught through our phones to text message, use emojis versus using our actual brains to think about holding a conversation, right? The reason why I'm talking about this is Spirit Team is informing me before. I'll just say it like this: before technology existed, communication was the most important thing ever. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. You had to say what you had to say because it was life or death. You know what I'm saying? It's like perfect analogy. You're out in the wilderness. You have your family. You need to get from point A to point B, but there's tigers and all types of predators out there in the middle of your journey from your beginning point to your destination. So there's a lot of obstacles you need to get through with you and your family. There's no time for fuckery. There's no time for misusing your language. And a lot of times it may have been sign language, right? This means come on. That means stop, right? This means low down, creep down in the bushes, hide yourself. That means hurry up, let's go. All right, we have a chance. We have an opening in the field before these predators circle around again. Let's go and let's get in this cave so we can have some shelter before the storm comes. It's wintertime. We need to get some. We need to hunt some prey, skin the animal, and get that fur so we can have warmth. We need to collect firewood. We need to have the rocks that's sharp enough so we can make fire. We need to get the kindling. You get what I'm saying? So the communication's key to survival. It still is to this day, but there's other formats of communicating. But the fundamental of communication, I'm seeing the essence of that slowly but surely is becoming obsolete. It's deteriorating. The fabric of communication is deteriorating to the point, like I said a few videos back, that I see it now within the next, I'll just give it leniency, the next 5 to 10 years, basic communication will be like alien language because everybody will be tapped into their meta goggles, metaverse, virtual reality. Synapses is connected to Neuralink devices, so everybody's going to be like uploaded to the net. It's going to be like some Skynet Terminator shit. I mean, there's pros and cons to it, but like the art of communication is going to be obsolete. The normal way that you and I are talking, and we have been talking for eons, right? It's going to be more on a telepathic base, which is another topic for another time, right? If you know, you know. But we're just talking about stages. I don't want to get too over your head with the message of this download, which is communication. That's one bullet point, probably amongst others, depending on ancestors want me to disconnect from the download and reconnect with you all, the collective, another time. So communication is so important that it's something that we have to cherish and hold on to, and I will not, me personally, it's my responsibility to make sure that communication and transparency will never go away. These are fundamentals that are staples to our existence. So with that being said, I was just thinking about Brittany the Cosmic Wifey. I was like, I hope she's doing a video tonight, man. I love her ass, man. Oh my God. That didn't come out right, did it? I love her ass. Never mind. Left shoulder wanted to say, we never even seen her ass, so we don't even know what it looks like. She's always sitting down every time she drops a card. I'm sitting there with the wolf face coming out, and I'm pushing them back in the gum line. I'm like, hey, respect it. All right, you know, she's already taken McGay, can respect her and the families. But God, Baby J's, can you stand up and bend down and pick up the card, please? I want to see what you're working with, because all this is looking gorgeous, and I know you're a gorgeous spirit. And left shoulder, how did you get the microphone? Baby J's, I left the cage unlocked. I left the door ajar. Hopefully you guys just took a break and walked out, so you didn't hear any of that. But yeah, I mean, those are thoughts too. I was like, I would love for her to bend down and just show me what you're working with when you pick up the cards. But she's smart. She's smart. She's like, I ain't picking up the cards. I ain't messing up this gorgeous hair, my nails, and bada bings. I know you little hornballs out there want to see me bend down in my Daisy Dukes. This ain't an episode of Dukes of Hazzard. Baby J's. Real's real, man. I ain't gonna keep. That's no filter. I'm transparent. If a thought comes in my mind and I find myself saying, I don't think that's, I have to transmute the energy. And my collective knows I'm respectful with them. I've never been disrespectful to them. It would be more disrespectful for me to not say what I was thinking, and then you guys and ladies would be, so what's you're holding back? Why are you withholding something, huh? So it's with great power comes great responsibility. Why are you talking with your mouth open? So I can get this download out. With great power comes great responsibility. So if I ever have a thought, my answer is like, go ahead and say it. This is your platform to be honest all the time. So if I offend anybody, it's not my intention. But at the same time, we don't give a fuck. We're not here to please you or hold your hand or toddle you. But my collective knows what it is. They know who I am. But that was a thought in my rookie days of seeing her. I was like, man, shut up, Zoe. Who cares? We got the point out. So communication is key. See how that was? That was me being communicative. So communication is a staple of our existence, and that will never be eradicated. Just like oral, it's the same. It's the same. I'm building off this knowledge, right? It's just like the oracles and the elders back in the day in the tribes. The elders were responsible to hold on to their heritage and their lineage and share the secrets and the history of that family and the origins and everything else to the next responsible person to hold that knowledge that passed all the test and the shadow work. That passed all the tests and are deemed responsible to hold on to that responsibility of ushering the next generation and bestowing the proper knowledge to the younger generation. So amongst that younger generation, another chosen one will be bestowed with that knowledge and his generational wealth, how it is passed down to one generation to the next. And that's how it still is, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's like on the hush hush, the rural families, elites, they do that, you know what I mean, bloodlines and all that stuff. If you know, you know. So that was important. Communication, you know, there was no, I'm saying this just to keep it layman terms, okay? But when I'm saying there was no internet back then, bada bings, people used stones to carve their I was gonna say literature, but it's the same thing, that their history. It was very important, and the reason they use stones is because it lasts forever, you know? It lasts a long time versus paper that's brittle and can deteriorate faster than a stone, you know what I mean? If you know, you know. So, once again, we're at 19:59, now we're at 20 minutes. I'm about to wrap this up soon. So, communication, I didn't even know it was about to be about, I didn't know this download was going to be about communication, but it's so awesome. I thought I drifted off, but ancestors said, it's a reasoning behind the drift off so we can give a well-rounded story. Campfire story that is true, but it's a parable, how Jesus talked in parables. And Jesus was the first one to create metaphors and talk in parables, and the first one to awaken the human consciousness, to have people use more of their brain than they were taught, get out their caveman, fight or flight, reptilian brain state of thinking. Jesus was the first one to have us thinking differently and use our minds, hence he used metaphors, analogies, so people can understand what he meant, because a lot of this knowledge is so out of this realm. If it's like talking in quantum physics, a lot of people don't understand what quantum physics are, so we say layman's terms, and we meet you at your frequency. We talk in a language where most people can understand what we're talking about. We would rather have to lower down a little bit to talk in simpler terms so people can understand the main message. If we can at least teach people how to fish, then they can fish for the rest of their lives. So if we have to change up that technique that may be so high tech-ish, so Steve Jobs-ish, that the average person, or Bill Gates-ish, the average person wouldn't understand about code writing or algorithms, they would use a chalkboard or something to break down that long-ass equation that people wouldn't understand to something so simple that a child could understand it, right? So we take that risk, like Jesus did back in the day, to dumb down the message, just not to say dumb, people are dumb, it's just to narrow down that message, narrow down the paragraph to make it more simplified, and make an analogy, which is an example that is so staining to the brain where you're going to retain it based off that example, versus talking to you in codes and algorithms that people are going to get lost by the time you get to the third explanation. They're going to walk away and not understand what you're talking about. It's going to sound alienish. So Jesus understood that, so he created metaphors, analogies, parables to make the masses understand the message. To make the masses understand such a high-tech message by simplifying that high-tech message in order for it to get to the masses. And those masses can regurgitate that message and so forth, and then that's how it got spread across the world. I love each and every one of you. I believe I'm going to wrap up on that. Remember, communication is key at all times. There we go. Communication is key at all times, and it will help you grow like a butterfly. It will help you grow like a caterpillar into a butterfly, and so forth. That's how us as humans all are. We go through our ups and downs. We trip, we fall, we get back up. Our brain always records everything we went through, but that doesn't mean it has to be permanent. We need to train our brains that is always recording everything we do in life. It's our CPU, so be very careful of what you put into your CPU, because your CPU, if it's not delegated properly, or if it's not regulated, if your thoughts are not regulated properly, your CPU will start to run you. Very proud, ancestors. Spirit team's awesome. So make sure you're the operator of your CPU and you understand what you're putting inside your CPU, because your CPU is meant for codes to be put into it, commands. You tell your brain what you want it to do, so you make sure you're programming your CPU properly so you can function properly based off the information you put in your brain. If you have old, obsolete information in here that you haven't cleaned your file space out in forever, and you're just compiling more information on top of more information, like back in the day we had CD changers. You know, you had your 3-disc CD changers, then JVC stepped it up, and then Pioneer stepped it up, Alpine stepped it up to 3-disc. Oh, it was 1 disc at first, then 3 disc, to 6 disc, to 20, 6 disc to 12 disc and so forth. You get what I'm saying? So it's like compiling information on top of information. Think about your brain like a CD changer. And if you millennials don't know what a CD changer is, go look it up. It was a disc format that captured the music as you would slide it in. Your CD player in the car, so forth, or your CD player at your house. It was an upgrade from the Walkman, the cassette tapes, side A and side B. If you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know, I mean. So just think about your CPUs as a CD changer. Make sure you're putting in the right information so your body can respond properly. I'm going to drop the mic right now on that. I love each and every one of you. Love yourself as much as you love the people that you love, whoever that may be. Ask yourself this question. Do you love yourself as much as you love whatever you're putting your love towards? Be honest with yourself, and then based off of that answer, you can find the right direction. Okay, why am I not? You know what I'm saying? Just look at my previous videos. You'll get it. I love each and every one of you. Stay loving, stay positive, think differently, always have no filter. Be respectful of people, of course. And be a daily motivator for your community and for yourself first and foremost. Build that confidence up and tell yourself you can do anything you set your mind to. Literally, you can. Just don't let your circumstance and your surroundings tell you you can't, because misery loves company. Love yous. Take care.